Alright guys, this is jerninghgam here again, and girls. MP, we are now seeing a second wave coming. This is what Boris Johnson's saying of coronavirus. So we've already seen the second wave coming in most places, as I've been through it before, like Birmingham, Bradford, Leicester, Manchester, parts of Trafford and Yorkshire. Midlands may be locked down. What else is coming here? Some other parts of the UK, they'll probably not mentioned lockdown, had the second one, had the first one, or some maybe lower than the other. Anyway, let's play the video. We'll find out more about this. Some of us already know what's going on, some of us don't know what's going on with coronavirus, and most of us do.
We can turn the tide within the next 12 weeks. We have a very effective cluster-busting operation. We will beat this virus before too long.
But after 6 months of hope and expectation raising, the tide hasn't turned.
Okay, and then you can now count the antibodies.
Not quite yet, not yet. Steps yet.
How has it got to this? You promised to turn the tide within 12 weeks in March. You suggested that widespread lockdown wouldn't be needed because of cluster-busting test and trace. And just days ago, you promised to beat the virus before too long. What's gone wrong?
People find it difficult to keep this up. So it's very difficult to maintain that kind of discipline for a long time. And what you've seen is the disease starting to spread again.
But the Labour leader says it's the Prime Minister who is to blame.
I think there's a real concern now that the government hasn't got sufficient control over what's going on. And so I think what the Prime Minister needs to do is convene a COBRA meeting. That's what the First Minister in Scotland and Wales have already asked for. That is urgently needed. But he now needs to take swift and decisive action at a national level to deal with it.
But he's not in control of national level changes. And Scotland, Wales and Northern Ireland don't know whether to follow Westminster because they don't know what the government's planning for England.
COVID-19 is on the rise, not just here in Scotland, it's on the rise in the UK.
The Scottish First Minister wants to know Boris Johnson's plans, but not necessarily because she'll adopt them in Scotland.
Are you prepared to commit for the whole of the United Kingdom to move as one on those sorts of plans, or will you reserve the right for Scotland to do things differently?
Ideally, we'll align as far as possible, but as I've said many times before, ultimately, in Scotland, I'm responsible for these decisions. If there are things that I think, based on my data, my advice, that are essential in Scotland and other parts of the UK don't want to do them, which is their right, I am not going to hold back.
There is uncertainty too in Wales.
Today, once again, I repeat my calls to the Prime Minister for proper engagement with the devolved governments of the United Kingdom. There is a vacancy at the heart of the United Kingdom, and it needs urgently to be filled.
That's fantastic. That's like Jurassic Park.
Downing Street was warned the public would judge their response to the second coronavirus wave more critically than it did the first. The stakes are high. Sam Coates, Sky News.
In my opinion, the second coronavirus wave is already here. It's been starting for a while. In most of other parts of the world, it's already there as well. Anyway, guys and girls, thank you for joining me, and I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.